We back for another episode of The Real Spill. We got my man Dontay in the building with us. Yo, bro, hey, introduce yourself to the people one time.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Dontay. I'm a Renaissance man, full of talents. I'm a creative director, dancer, model coach, now doing A&R, helping artists get known and figure out a plan for their music career. Been in the business of just performing arts for about 10 years. Long story short, my mom put me on the South Shore drill team, and since that moment at 9 years old, kind of changed my life of being obsessed with the limelight of being on stage or being behind the scenes, whether I'm, choreographing for somebody, directing their music video, setting up the visual for the creative concept, whatever within entertainment. I kind of am everywhere with that. And I've been a blessing to be able to be in so many fields, from modeling, from dancing, from music, from production. Started my own production company. Recently, I started my dance company, I think at 21. Bought my first dance studio at 23. So I've always kept excelling of being in performing arts, whether that was because I came from one of the best organizations in Chicago, which is, again, the South Shore Drill Team. And I always give them credit, because if my mom didn't put me on that organization, I probably would be on the streets. I don't know what I would have been doing, right? But that led me to, one, spread my gift to other people, because I saw a lot of kids that didn't have that motivation, that how I got pushed. I was basically damn near in the military. So when I think of the drill, and I bring it up all the time, because you had to be a certain type of mentally strong guy to make it. And I made it for 15 years. I was one of the top performers, then got my own group. And I can go on and on, but long story short, I'm just a guy that likes to provide platforms and opportunities for people that I had when I was younger, and I want to continue that for the next generation.
All right, I feel that, bro. That's what's up. And another question I want to ask, I like to ask you at the beginning of the interview, just so it don't get, lost over the course of questions.
Right.
You got any social media pages that you want to direct people to?
You can follow me on, my personal page, Mr. Reese. Or you can follow my production page, Royal Flush Productions. And yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah.
Okay. And I see you got the Golden Moment Session logo in the back. Yep. I know that's a project that you've been, y'all been getting, been pushing as of late. And
yep.
It's been, what I'm saying? It seemed like it's been lucrative. It seemed like you've been getting a lot of interest in that. Can you go a little further into that, as far as just telling us about that project and what made you get the idea of starting that and going through with it?
Yeah. Basically, I had my own space, a bigger space than this, not too long ago, and I was already throwing events and shows, but I didn't do events for artists. So I kind of thought of the idea of centering the events around artists, and then from them 3 successful events, it led me to want to figure out how can we keep this going. And so me and my partner Corey, we was like, okay, we should do something similar to On the Radar. And, we provide a platform for artists, and, we help them get their music out there. And then from there, if they want more assistance, we can do artist development. Okay. So it came as of we just doing it for play, and then it got really serious because of the demand. And it's been, I don't even know if you can ask Corey, I think we probably have 50 artists. It might be more in the last 3 to 6 months. I honestly don't even know, because I've been on my LA Reid, Timberland type of thing. I just been finding artists. If not even sound good, if you look like you're an artist, you got some potential, and you look like you're ready to work, let's bring you in. Let's see what you want to do, and then from there, because the platform is just a magnet. Everything else from there is whether or not the artist wants art development, wants that marketing and branding, because a lot of artists don't have that push. And so I think that's why a lot of artists came to the platform because they knew this was going to be a stepping stone to help them get in that algorithm on social media. And I think that's really the main thing. A lot of artists don't have that social media presence, so it's hard to say you're an artist, but don't nobody see your work on your content.
Okay. And I know you brought up your partner Corey. I did want to ask you that. I know he do most of the camera work for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I can't curse. He do all that shit. I don't do none of that. I'm more so the A&R person. I bring the artists in, I do the marketing, I handle the negotiation, but we do the behind the scenes of talking about how the platform gonna look. But yeah, he do all that editing shit. He a go for that, cause God blessed him with that skill, cause I can't, but
it is a lot.
Yeah,
I definitely feel that.
Yep.
Can you give some backstory as to like y'all relationship, how y'all got locked in with each other?
He kept begging for help. Nah, I'm just playing. What happened was he came to the space that we had previously, and he wanted some. He became one of the investors, and once you become an investor, a part of the organization, we ask you, hey, what do you want to do? We help you with that. We help you fund it. We figure out how to fund it. And so he said he wanted to, just work with artists. And I was like, okay, well, what else? Just working with artists. What else do you want to do? And then that's when we got to talking more. I saw on the radar online. I was like, I think we could similarly do it, but doing it in our own way to where it's for Chicago, because a lot of the artists that go on the radar, you got to pay like $3,000-4,000 just to be on that. And I don't even know what Corey could tell you probably what city it is, but you got to go all the way somewhere half the world to go over there. And I'm like, okay, we need our own platform for Chicago artists, because a lot of artists, if they don't blow up in Chicago. They go somewhere else, their music blow up in a whole nother state, and they go to that state and they start pushing, like Atlanta, like New York. You know what I'm saying? So you got a few who did blow up in Chicago, but it was harder for them to do so. But we've had a great relationship. Of course, any relationship we're gonna bump heads, but the communication is what I love, because we always can get back re-centered.
Yep.
And so I think that's, always what it takes within a business relationship. You just got to be able to put your pride aside and say, I need help, or I fucked up.
Yep.
And, again, doing this a long time since I was 20, you're going to fuck up a lot. I fucked up a lot. But it's how you recover, how you have that resilience to say, you know what, I did mess up, let me get back on it. Or, you know what, I didn't like the way you did that. However, this is the way I can assist for you to do it the way that we both can coexist, to where we both can work together and we keep it moving. So we've had a great relationship so far, even though he get on my dick.
I also wanted to ask you, I know, we did bring up the topic of why you started doing the Golden Moment sessions and everything, what led you to it, how you wanted to do it similar to On the Radar, but also make it your own.
Right.
I know you charge a very low price for it right now, which I respect, because that does help artists really get themselves out there without, it makes it accessible to them, versus where some other platforms, it just, what I'm saying, it just costs so much to get one session in. So could you speak on how are y'all able to keep the price so low, and why do you keep it low like that for artists?
Hey, Corey, so it's crazy. I'm gonna go real quick. So the reason why we started it low, because it's just a marketing technique. I'm just all about marketing. We doing it on purpose so that we can bite people in. Mm-hmm. And then from there, once we've had enough people, it's just like anything in business. Once demand goes up, the price goes up.
Facts.
And demand has been, it's been a lot on Corey, because now he has to edit even faster. So that means now I got to make sure he get paid, more, because he's doing the last part. I do the first part, bringing him in, but he does the last part of glassing the video. So that's why we kept it at 45, because we wanted to take our time. First of all, just in business, you want to make sure you don't overcharge and you don't oversell until you as a business have everything. Not everything, but you are on a steady pace to where you can provide that 45, or you can provide that 250, whatever you're gonna charge. Mm-hmm. Because once you start saying, yeah, I'm charging 100 or 200, people expect more, because that's what they're giving. Mm-hmm. So with 45, we're only giving so much, but which we about to increase to 100. Now starting to, mostly the people we've sent messages to for 45, they still got that deal, you know, but anybody else after that, we've increased it to 100 because the demand has just been crazy.
Yeah.
And so we're very fair. It's really not about the money. It's really about, we're just trying to get the platform up. The money just help us stay here. You know, we can't pay rent. We ain't got no motherfucking platform. Well, I can't curse.
Nah, you curse this.
We ain't got no motherfucking platform. So that's really, you know, and, you know, making sure we can do what we got to do. That's really it. That's really the basis of it.
Okay. I feel that. And another question I wanted to ask you, bro, what are you most looking forward to in the future? I know you got a lot of different projects going on right now. You had a lot of other projects even before now that you've done in the past. So what are you most looking forward to, you know, moving forward?
What I'm looking forward to is one, having bigger artists come on the platform so that they can, you know, basically make us credible, you know, because you need that. Two, I want to move into a bigger space like I was, because this is not my norm. I'm used to having a 20,000 square feet warehouse. So I'm looking forward to stack my money to where I can move into something bigger, because I want to build another content house. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. And then three, just to stack my money. That's really it. Investing and, you know, making sure I can flip the money. Yeah.
I feel that. And I had one more question for you.
Okay.
Brother. When you think of legacy and like what you want people to remember about you when it's all said and done, how would you like your legacy to be remembered?
Probably just, you know, a guy that provided genuine opportunities that led. I want to be the person where it was, and I am right now. I'm just speaking from 40, 60 years now of continuum of like, hey, that guy helped me get from here to here. You know, I trained so many dancers, so many models I've trained. Most of them went to the USA and, you know, New York Fashion Week, because I trained them as if I was trained, you know, years ago. Same discipline. I didn't care how they felt about it. I really ain't here for you to like me. I'm here to provide that same discipline and training that I had when I was younger. And Lord behold, you know, it kept me to push those people that didn't want the training or discipline I had, but they came back. Like always, everybody say, Dontay, you was right. I did it that way, you know, even though at the time I was hard-headed, I didn't listen, or I didn't know why you saying that. Those things I keep remembering, because it was like, I gotta keep that same resilience of pushing people when other people push me. I just want my legacy to be, you know, remember, like always helping people. I help a lot of people even I ain't got nothing. Somebody asks me like, hey, can you Uber me? I need to get here. You know, you probably need it more than me. If I got it, you got it. You know, because I'm always gonna get mine back. I'm always blessed because I help other people. So I just always been that person of just helping people, providing opportunities, you know, and, you know, as much as I can, because, you know, it's hard. That's probably one of my problems of knowing when to exit and when to release. You know, because there's only so much help you can give somebody, and then that's when you know, like, yeah, that's your time to stop helping. You know, because you've done enough. Yeah, that's really it. I just want to be remembered to be that person that always gave back, you know, and pushed people and motivated people. Even though people didn't know what I was going through, that's not your issue. I pushed you to where you've learned resilience of like, no matter what we're going through, we got to get the shit done. We got to get it done, because time don't wait for nobody, one. And then two, work ethic is your reputation. So that's just how I always got to where I am today, is because of my reputation. And that's pretty much it. Okay, facts. No, I feel that for sure, bro. And I ain't gonna keep no more of your time, dog. I know you a busy man. You got a lot of different things going on. But hey, man, I just want to thank you for taking the time out to, you know, step in here with us for a second. No problem.
We on the Real Spill with my man Dontay.
Real Spill.
For the last time, bro, just tell everybody, you know, where they can find you at, where they can learn more about you, dog.
You can just look me up on Instagram, Mr. Reese, or Royal Flush Productions, or Golden Moment Sessions. That's it.
I bet. That's it. That's all.
I appreciate it, bro.
Dog. Appreciate you, man.